Hi everyone, my name is Charlotte and first of all I want to thank all of you who wished me a happy birthday. I celebrated well with my family, just at home, nothing big, nothing special, but you know, crazy times with the virus and all, so it's better to just stay at home safely, I think. And then now I would like to share something super exciting with you. I have been sharing news about Taiwan from an outsider's perspective and outsider newspapers for a while now. I've been checking all kind of newspaper here in Europe, in the US, everywhere to see what kind of news about Taiwan we hear. I think it's very interesting what kind of news makes it all the way to Europe. But I have also been checking a lot of Taiwanese newspapers, and that's why this article today is so special to me. There is a Taiwanese English-speaking news platform called the China Post, and they have written an article about me. It's super exciting, and honestly, first when I was contacted by a person working there, I wasn't sure if it was legit or not. Right now it's so easy to interview someone. They just wrote me a message on Instagram asking like, hey, we're this newspaper and we would like to interview you. Is that okay with you? So yeah, since it wasn't an official account, I was like, I wonder, is this really a newspaper? But yeah, I had nothing to lose, right? It was just an interview, so of course I said yes, and luckily for me, it was really the newspaper they claimed to be. So the title of the article is Belgian YouTuber shares tips for solo female travel in Taiwan. The title is very funny and unexpected to me because when I did the interview by replying on Instagram, that was just a very, very small little point of the whole interview, and it's funny that they decided to use this as the title. I guess, I don't know, maybe people would click on it more easily with this kind of title. I don't know, but it's just really funny to me, who knows the whole interview, to see that they chose this specific title. So I would love to look at the article with you. This article was written by Shelly Yang, the China Post, on September 7th. It was my birthday on September 6th, so that was a really nice timing. Taiwan is known as one of the safest countries in the world. The island nation performs well with street safety, low legal discrimination, and low violence against women. Charlotte, a Belgian YouTuber who recently traveled to Taiwan for a working holiday, shared some tips that solo female travelers need to be aware of. That's funny. I mean, yeah, I am, I guess, a solo female traveler. I traveled to many countries, like I studied in Sweden. I also did an internship for 6 months in India. I have studied in South Korea, and then I was doing my working holiday in Taiwan. So yeah, I guess you can call me a solo female traveler. It's also very weird to me that they call me a Belgian YouTuber, because even if I have been doing YouTube for a while now, it's still weird to consider myself a YouTuber, if you know what I mean. Charlotte took her first solo trip to Asia when she was 18. Since then, she had been an exchange student in Sweden and India. Yeah, that's what I just told you. Oh, by the way, my first solo trip when I was 18, that's something I really explained to her, but it didn't really come in the article. Yeah, they have to make a selection, I guess, of what they want to write. But my very first trip was, I was living in an international student dormitory here in Belgium. And I got along really, really well with some Japanese girls there and also a South Korean girl. So after my first year of university, I decided to, all by myself, travel to Asia and try to visit as many of my friends as possible. That was, up until today, one of the nicest trips of my whole life. It was also just so nice to see all my friends back. I really miss them all a lot. But yeah, so after that solo travel, I guess, I really got a taste of traveling the world. The first time she heard of Taiwan was when she was having a language course in South Korea. Then a friend highly recommended Taiwan to her, saying it was one of the best places she'd ever been. Yeah, this was actually a friend that I made in a job. I was doing some kind of extra or modeling job, if you want to call it that. And she was a girl who had worked in several countries. She works a lot in mainland China as well, but she has been to Taiwan for jobs, and she told me that there's no country that compares to Taiwan. So it made me very, very curious because I had only vaguely a notion of what Taiwan was, but I didn't know anything about it. So after she said that to me, that's when I was really getting curious to get to know Taiwan. It was in that moment that a seed was planted in Charlotte's heart, and her curiosity about this beautiful island began to grow. Yeah, that's true. I felt safe as a female traveler in Taiwan, she continued. It's so weird to say she continued when I'm talking about myself. Okay, sorry, anyway. Taiwan is so modern and has a very Western feel to it, so I could be myself freely. Yeah, I have to say, you know, some countries that have a lot of ancient traditions, they have a very different style. For example, I could feel that while I was living in India, it's so rich of culture, and yeah, the culture is so different from European country. So the first thing I noticed when I arrived in India was that everybody was dressing very differently than me. And personally, I felt that I didn't want to stand out so much because I was already looking different. I didn't want to have also different clothes, if you know what I mean. So I decided to, as quickly as possible, try to look more like Indian girl style. So I think that's very nice if you go to another country just to try and merge in with the culture that's there. I think it's some kind of also showing of respect to that country that accepts you as a guest. So yeah, let's go on with the article. She advises women traveling alone to observe the behavior of women in a country and just do the same. Okay, yeah, that's simply put, but that's kind of what I mean. For example, if a local doesn't take a train alone after 8 p.m., then just don't do the same. If a local dresses in a way that doesn't show her legs or cleavage, then do the same. This is actually so interesting because I noticed in South Korea, for example, girls don't show cleavage much, usually, but they will really show their whole leg until super, super high, like mini skirts, mini shorts, all that kind of stuff. While maybe here in Belgium, you would probably more easily see some cleavage, but not many mini skirts or mini shorts. It's just a cultural thing, a small difference, I guess. But in Taiwan, I don't feel like I have to adapt much, she added. Yeah, that's true. In Taiwan, I just wore my usual clothes. I guess my style is pretty safe usually in every country. Not only did the safety in Taiwan amaze Charlotte, but the culture of milk tea, covered sidewalks, and garbage trucks were also very new to her. That's what I talked about in my very first video. That video was titled, I moved to Taiwan. At that time, I was just still thinking that I would be in Taiwan for a much longer time. Nobody could have predicted this whole coronavirus situation, you know. Now in Belgium, Charlotte said, I honestly miss the garbage truck music after leaving Taiwan. Other things that she misses are the food, of course. Not just the taste, but also how convenient and easy it is to eat out. That's very true. Here in Belgium, I rarely eat outside because it's quite expensive, and in my town there's really nothing to go eat. But in Taiwan, I could just go outside, and 5 minutes from my place, I could find at least like 15 different places where I could go and eat. When I was in Taiwan, I rarely cooked because there were so many convenient, delicious, and affordable options around. Of course, the friends she made in Taiwan, kind people, and the coffee shop where you can spend all day are all fond memories that she will never forget after she leaves Taiwan. I hope the virus will be under control soon so I can go back and make more videos showing Taiwan to the world. That was it for the article. Sorry, by the way, I just noticed that there's a weird part of my hair sticking out. I think it's because I just took a nap and I must have been laying in a very weird position, so my hair got messed up really badly. My apologies. Oh, something else I wanted to say about the article that I found really interesting was that one of my Patreon members brought to my attention that the title in Taiwanese was a little bit different than the title in English. So in English, the title is Belgian YouTuber shares tips for solo female travel in Taiwan. But in the Taiwanese version, they wrote Belgian model shares tips for solo female travel in Taiwan. I think that's really interesting. I was wondering why they changed this word. Is it maybe because there's not a real official word for YouTuber in Chinese? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? But yeah, it's a small detail, but it made me wonder why would they change that word in the Taiwanese version. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you watched until the end, I want to tell you a password so I know that you are awesome and you watched until the end. And the password I'm gonna choose today is one that I used in one of my very first videos. It is milk tea. Because actually, I even made myself a little t-shirt with password milk tea, because to me it's a real kind of inside joke of my channel. I really like it. And when I told my sister and mother this little idea that I wanted to make myself this t-shirt, they asked me to make one for them as well. So my mother has a yellow one and my sister has a white one with long sleeves. I was thinking like, oh my god, I should really put this on my YouTube channel so that everybody can buy it. But sadly, they don't even deliver everywhere in the world. So it's just for me now. But thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody is safe. Don't work too hard. I noticed last week I kind of overworked myself a little bit, and in the weekend I was so exhausted that I couldn't do anything. So this week I was very careful and I forced myself to take enough rest because I didn't want to miss another chance to make a video. I'm always very excited to make a video for you guys. So thank you for always supporting me. I also want to give a special thanks to my Patreon members. It's always nice to have a chat with you guys in Patreon. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you are interested to read the whole interview, like all the questions and all the replies, I will put it on my Patreon, but it's really long, so it's probably not that interesting. But yeah, I'll put it there for anyone who wants to read. Once more, thank you for watching and see you very soon in the next video. Bye bye!